Hey kitchen peeps, Maggie here. We are getting ready to make a really easy, tasty, I know I say those things all the time, but I don't know what else to say. It's what they are. They're easy, they're tasty. Quick evening meal. This is like a one-pot thing that I made a few weeks ago for the first time for my husband and my son, and we all flipped out. It was so dadgum good. So I thought, this needs to be a video. It's so simple and so good. Let me grab my glove because I'm fixing to cut up some chicken. And I tell y'all what, I've got a family of frogs in my throat. I don't know what the deal is. Sorry. Okay, what we've got is, it's just an Italian chicken pasta dish. No fancy name, but fancy flavor. It's so good. So I'm going to turn this down so you can see. So what I've got here, I've got my Dutch oven. I've got a couple tablespoons of bacon grease. You know me and my bacon grease. So we're going to let that get hot, and we're going to caramelize about a heaping cup of trilogy, which is about, it's pretty much what I have in this jar, so I'm just going to empty the whole jar. Should have looked at that a little closer before I got y'all on the camera, but whatever. Sorry. I hate to go running off to the side, but I didn't have my spatula. So, when I made this the first time, I sliced up onion, and it was all pretty, and that's great, and you can certainly do that, but we're doing the fast and easy weeknight version, and you want to just throw your trilogy in there because it's so much quicker. And if you notice here, I've got like one stalk of celery. I had like this one leftover stalk of celery because I'm making a bunch of beef bone broth back behind me, and I thought, I'm not sticking one stalk back in the fridge. I'll just throw it in here. It'll be fine. It adds nutrition, adds a little flavor. It'll be great. We cannot let anything go to waste. So while that is cooking and kind of caramelizing, I'm going to finish cutting up my chicken. So what we've got is 1 pound of boneless, skinless, organic chicken thighs. And again, you can cut this up any way you want. I just did it in little bite-sized chunks. I don't know, I like it that way. You could do it long ways and just tenders like that if you wanted to. Whatever floats your boat. I guess you could leave it whole too. I mean, it'd cook just fine. It'd just be a little hard to serve that way. So I'd already cut up most of it. I'm just going to finish these last couple. I just wanted y'all to see. Nothing really special there, but that's cutting up the chicken. So the other thing, and I know this will... Sorry, I had to grab a fork. We've got a jar, let me get this up here, of roasted red peppers. I love Mediterranean Organic brand. Love, love, love that brand. I buy a lot of their stuff. Their olives are amazing. And their roasted red peppers are super, super good. I use them in salads and sandwiches. They're really good on a sandwich. And their sun-dried tomatoes are really good. So anyway, little infomercial there. So we're just going to cut these in little strips. And then I'm just going to kind of rough cut them that way. These will break down when you cook, so I'm not just getting too overly worried about the size. And this is going to take a cup. So I'm not quite there. You stir my garlic or my trilogy around a little bit. You want to get it kind of caramelized, a little bit brown. I'll move the camera in closer here in just a minute. Y'all are going to flip out when you see how easy this is. All right, let me keep going. I'll tell you what, I'm going to probably finish this jar off. Imagine, to get my cup. But this is one of those things when you're prepping and have everything prepped ahead of time, you can, obviously your trilogy's already done, you can cut your chicken up, stick it in the refrigerator in a little bowl. You can cut your peppers up. There's a little bit of seasonings we're fixing to throw in. I'd already measured those out. You can have those measured and ready to go. So this is truly just a kind of dump it all together type meal and let it cook. You can't get any easier than that, and you certainly can't get any tastier than this dish. It is one of those shockingly surprising, super flavorful dishes. All right, I'm going to take that thing off now. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Let me see if I can... Tell you what, I'm going to pause for a second, move this cutting board so I don't spill everything, and I'll be right back. Okay, hopefully you can see this real well. So my onions are nice and caramelized. My little random bonus pieces of celery are cooking down nice as well. So now we're going to put in our seasoning. We've got 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, 2 teaspoons of salt, teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of crushed red peppers. So we're just going to sprinkle that in there, and I just measured it out ahead of time just for sake of time. Stir that around real good. I've got it kind of on low. I'm sorry for my oven. If y'all hear this thing, it makes me want to scream. It's groaning and grinding and making all kinds of weird noises. Okay, now, this is so going to blow y'all's mind. Now we're going to layer in our roasted red peppers. Just right on top of that. Kind of sprinkle it around. No real specific special technique. But isn't that pretty? Ooh, love that red. Then we're going to take our chicken and sprinkle, sprinkle it around. It's funny, the first time I fixed this, like I said, we just absolutely fell in love. And it was so easy. That was just another bonus thing. And I thought, this would be super good with some smoked sausage. Get some smoked sausage links and cook them, caramelize them with that onion, and then do the rest of these layers. Holy moly, that would be good. I'm actually making this to take over to our kids, our two oldest sons and their wives, just because, I don't know, I've just been in the kitchen today, a cooking machine, so I figured, I'll just take it over to them, because I've got a roast in the oven for us. Okay, so then you're going to take a 12-ounce package. I like capellini, angel hair. You could use spaghetti. You could use linguine. I mean, any kind of small pasta. And this is 12 ounces. I break it in half just because I don't like big, super huge, long noodles. And then I kind of sprinkle it in here, like you're playing pixie sticks, if y'all remember that. If you're not old enough, you probably don't. But that just kind of helps while it's cooking to not turn into one blob of pasta, which you don't want. All right, so let me get this other piece, and it looks like a lot, but once it cooks down, it's not. I mean, it's a good amount of food. This recipe fed me and my husband and my son, and we eat like lumberjacks twice. I mean, 2 full suppers, and nobody was going hungry. Turn that down. Sorry, I got 4 things going at once. Okay, so now we got our pasta on here, and then we're going to add 4 cups of chicken stock. And as you can see, mine's still kind of frozen. I just gotten it out of the freezer. I was trying to let it thaw out. And this is actually chicken bone broth. I didn't have any stock handy, but bone broth works just as well. Then we're going to add a cup of white wine. Whatever floats your boat. If you don't want to use wine, you can use another cup of chicken stock, but I would really encourage you to try the wine. It just takes the flavor. Wow, it adds just such a nice addition. And the alcohol cooks off, so you're not getting anything. Now, we're going to turn this up. Turn it back up. We're going to bring this to a boil. I'm gonna put my lid on, and I got my glass lid out so we could see in here. So we're gonna bring it up to a boil, then turn it back down to a simmer for 8 minutes. And then there's like one more step and we're done. So y'all stay tuned. Okay, so it's been going for just a couple minutes and it's starting to boil. So we're just gonna kind of stir it around a little bit. Start to get your pasta, you know, all of it under the liquid. I mean, you don't have to get real crazy with stirring it because you just want to leave it in those little layers because it's just part of how dadgum easy this is. And now that it's boiling, we're going to turn it down to low and set a timer for 7 minutes and then come back for the magic. So hold that thought. Okay, we're back. The timer just went off. I'll take this lid off, see if I can set it down without burning myself. Yowzer. Look at this. Y'all, it is so good. Now, we're going to add in 8 ounces of fresh spinach and just kind of toss it around, turn your pasta real easy. Now, it's real juicy and we want it that way, because we're going to let the spinach just kind of cook up in that juice. I mean, you know how long it takes spinach to cook, about a nanosecond for it to go from raw to cooked and from a pound to a half an ounce. It's one of my favorite, if not my favorite vegetable on the planet, but good golly, you got to have 40 pounds of it to feed anybody. Okay, my mouth is watering so bad, it's ridiculous. All right, let's get the rest of this organic spinach in here. All right, just kind of turn that over. I'm gonna turn my heat off. I mean, it's cooked. The heat of the pasta and the juice is gonna just wilt this spinach. And then your chicken's done, your peppers. I wish y'all could smell. Goodness gracious. All right, and now we're gonna sprinkle in, I got a little clog here, about 1/3 cup of Parmesan. And you could do more. I mean, do however much you want to do. Usually, I won't do quite as much in it and then let people add it when they're serving. That way, if they want a bunch, they get a bunch. The people that don't want a lot, don't get a lot, and everybody's happy. It's kind of like salting stuff, in my opinion. You can add it, but you're not taking it out. Y'all, does that look amazing or what? It is to die for. If you don't want yours quite as liquidy as this, which this one turned out a little more, and I'm not sure why. I have 2 pots going. Isn't that crazy? See, I got another one right there. I'm pointing to the camera over here because this is for our other family. Oh, but it'll just absorb and it gets a little bit thicker and it's creamy, and y'all, this is one of the best meals ever. I mean, you throw a salad on the side or just any other vegetable. I mean, it's a meal in and of itself, but to add a couple things, get you some good sourdough bread. Look at my hair standing straight up. It's so pretty. I'm so pretty. Good Lord. Oh my gosh. That's all right. I'm off. I'm in my kitchen doing my thing, and it don't matter. So anyway, that's it, y'all. That is it. Italian chicken and pasta. Super easy, super quick. You can prep those things, mix your seasoning, cut up your chicken, cut up your roasted red peppers, measure out your broth and your white wine, and then it's literally caramelized, layer, 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 pour it on there, 7 minutes, stir in, bam, you're done. Ta-da! Amazing supper on the table. Your family will love you. So that's it. I hope y'all try it, and let me know what you think. I'm going to give it a shot one of these days real soon with some smoked sausage, because I think that would be good. And I think chicken and smoked sausage would really be good. Let's just get really jiggy with it. But anywho, y'all have a good one. Like, hug, share, clap, cheer, subscribe, comment, all the things, please. And let's get our community built up. And we'll have another video soon. Y'all have a good one.